It's a super humid morning. I got the boys up the hill, and Gray came around to eat with Tux, which is great, but the mosquitoes are hovering. I've already got 1 or 2 bites, and I moved as fast as I could. Yeah, the report from the treehouse this morning is that it's just super hot and sticky, like horrible, and I got 4 mosquito bites in 3 minutes walking up the hill. And here's Gray and Slate. Panther was here just a minute ago, but this door squeaks from time to time, and I think it scared him. He's just down the steps, under the steps somewhere, but he's here and he's happy this morning too, and everybody's doing good. Someone left me a mouse present on the rug over here last night at like midnight. When they bring up the little mouse, they play and bump the door, and I sort of know what's going on, and I had to handle that. Thanks for the present, guys. So you're gonna ditch that coffee cup on the way?
Right, well, I know there's trash cans along this route.
Yep.
And I picked up a new coffee cup yesterday at Bojangles, so I can get
Smithfield's, yes.
Yeah, Smithfield, that's right, thank you.
So if you lose this one, no biggie.
That's right.
Yep. Don does reuse those styrofoam cups several times normally before he throws them away.
Have you started your thing?
No, I haven't started my thing. You're a lifesaver. I'd be so upset. Thank you.
Yeah, see, mine's running.
All right, I'll start mine now.
2, 3. You know you're wasting all those valuable steps. You must have walked 50 feet. You didn't get any credit for that. And everybody knows.
Well, I got step credit, but not walk exercise credit. I just want you to know that Don's being a super good sport today. And he wants to walk with this girl, he does. Absolutely. But he's filling in for his coworker that's on vacation today, so he's got to work for a little while. Then like an hour, but still, that's a sizable chunk of the afternoon. And the print server computer in the closet is sort of giving him grief, so he's got to. Windows is giving him grief, so he's got to fix that computer today. And then I want him to get out the desk cycle. I don't think the installation setup owner's manual is complicated, but you know, let's say that's 30 minutes to unbox it, put in a few screws, and make sure I know how to use it. It's 30 pounds, so I don't want to be moving it around. And what's the other thing you got to do? Oh, you wanted to... Oh, yeah, and you were going to dial down the high-powered wall connector a little bit. That's right. You can explain more about why. When you do it, I'll come film you. I messed up. My vlogging camera battery's dead, so I'm going to switch to my phone.
Yeah.
I'm not happy.
No, she's not happy.
But I'm not mad at you.
Not mad at me.
So Don took the camera back to the car, and he got in a little bit of a run.
Half a mile.
Okay, I offered him to keep going to the lake, and he said, no, thank you, I'll take the coffee.
I wouldn't want her to have to carry the coffee the whole exercise.
Right, it was constricting my arm movement a little bit. Yeah, Don's whole motivation today is get his you-know-what done and then pile up and watch some more Tour de France. We did, during coffee this morning, watch yesterday's pile-ups. And now he's got YouTube TV set up to record the rest of it. He watches it every year. I'm so excited. Yeah. I try to be supportive. There's so many times I'm doing other stuff. I really don't care what he watches. As long as he doesn't put it on between 9 and midnight, we're good. So I am in over 30 hours of fasting now. That's right. Last meal I had was Friday supper time. I'm trying to do at least 48-hour fast. And don't leave me worried comments. If you want to know why, go watch Dr. Jason Fung on YouTube. He's the reverse type 2 diabetes, why intermittent fasting is good for you, doctor. I feel normal this morning between hours 22 and 26 or 27. It was really hard, and I was sorting Legos.
That was last night.
Yeah, the normal time we usually eat our meal, there was a 4-hour window where, wow, that was pretty hard. But this morning's like a regular morning, like I can't even tell, and I feel good, and my blood sugar is good this morning. We're monitoring it. We don't want it to drop below, let's just say probably below 75 or 72 would be too much for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not used to it going down below much over 85.
Yeah, it was like 92 this
Yeah,
morning?
it was totally fine this morning, but we monitor it, and I'm taking a keto chow electrolyte drop, so salt, magnesium, and potassium. And I got Dawn as a backup, but there's benefits to fasting, and I'm fasting, so I'm walking on no new food in and training my body to burn fat instead of carbs.
She's my girl. I caved last night.
First time ever, though. You're about to run into the back of the bridge. We scooch left. But that's the first time ever for Don. He had a really nasty headache yesterday.
Yeah, I switched coffee. It wasn't just anyway, but I ate just a little last night. But I'm not going to eat until
He's going to try to get back in the fasting thing with me. And he just had
Monday
a small
night.
meal. He had sardines.
Yeah, I had sardines.
They're really good for you. I won't eat them.
Yeah.
I don't think I said, but we're on our South Lakes, North Lakes, walked into the lake a mile and a half, walked back to the car a mile and a half. It's at the parking lot over on Highway 55. This is the Fuquay Greenway Trail, a 2-mile straight line trail that opened earlier this year. It's the closest place to the house that we can go besides the Jeff Wells Trail at South Park or the Fleming Loop Trail, which is out in the sun, and I wouldn't want to be there this morning. But not one of our weekend destination trails because, well, we lost yesterday and it's rained and it's really humid and Dawn's got stuff to do. I was game, and it's totally the right decision to do the 5-mile trail around Harris Lake over the weekend. But that was before I remembered Saturday we were going to the Tesla meetup. And that's not a trail you want to do if there's been rain. It's muddy. It's got crossing issues. It's very wilderness-like, so you could get your feet wet. We will do that, but maybe not before fall. This is a trail that looks like it's for golf carts, and it's built for town access, but there's no golf course that was ever here. This is a pretty new community. It was never a golf course, but it's wide like that.
That's right. Yeah, well, it's the kind of trail you need for biking and or running and walking dogs.
Right, there's enough space here. You don't have to tell people on mobility devices that they can't be out here.
Plus mobility devices, the city keeps saying those city workers or county workers are not going to walk. They're going to ride something.
Yep. There's a lot of Canadian geese here this morning. I wonder if the family was feeding them. I don't think so. There's the view that has me out walking here this morning. I guess I didn't totally appreciate that toward the street, Old Honeycutt Road, that there is still a lot of development in this neighborhood. So it's like they built in this far, and then as they move toward the front, they're building more. Don and I are almost to the halfway point. You might remember the lift station is, well, we've come back to a Model 3 parked next to us. Way cool. Hi, the future. So Don has 5714, 3.12 miles, 290 calories, 6,515 steps. And let's say my mileage is a little shorter because I didn't jot back to the car and then back to me on a trail. And also my steps are more because I had my watch going this morning while I walked up the hill a couple times with the cats. They're similar stats.
97.
And this morning?
Was 89.
Okay, so as expected, it went up a little bit with exercise, and it's certainly not low. Yeah, 93 around bedtime. Yeah. Yes. So it's certainly not low.
That's right.
And like I said, we're monitoring it. And I only tend to do like a 48-hour every 3 months. That would be my goal.
Yeah.
4 times a year, a little autophagy. You can go read up on that fancy word.
Yeah.
It's like photography with auto and no R or something. It's a weird word.
It's a weird word.
We've had our showers. Dawn's getting his gotta do work out of the way. Mittens is in one of her usual spots, although she really likes to be over here, especially at night sleeping. That's like her favorite spot. Are you on my table again? It's a good thing I don't eat on that table and that you don't mess with my Lego house. That's midnight. Tux was in the house and had his medicine. I got a brush down and some loving. Stripes up top in the catio. Marty's asleep in the chair. I don't know, see Morris right now. That's actually Gray in Panther's chair. And I know that Slate is underneath this chair, although you can't see her. Panther would normally probably, hi nighttime, would normally probably be down in the ferns this time of day, so I don't think she's keeping him from his spot, but I'll have to watch that. There are 3 chairs out there, plus some cat beds, so it's not like there's not choices. As you can see, I have really dwindled down this huge tub to not much left. Which doesn't mean that there's not still several hours to go, because as I said, you pull out the big pieces, you're left with the tiny pieces. The tiny pieces take more time to sort. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there, an hour or 2 a day, you know, pretty comfortable. It's relaxing. I have found a ton of parts I can use on my buildings, except for the actual sides of the building. These kind of pieces. I need, you know, if I had a bin of just those pieces, that would be great. But and more flat tiles would have been good. But everything else that I could need, pretty much floor pieces, I mean, it's all there. So it's good. And yes, I've ended up with just a bunch of bags of pieces, but they are sorted. They are sorted pretty darn good to be helpful for me to find stuff I would need. Y'all done with your work?
With work, yeah, but now I get to do my homework.
I offered to help.
Yeah,
but I can't flip the switch on the high-powered wall connector, and that Windows machine in the closet is your baby. And but I offered like 3 different times to help.
Yes, she's been really good.
I'm supportive. You holler. I told him I'm working on my Legos, but I'm totally interruptible to come and help at a moment's notice.
That's
so
what she has. She's been great.
I'm sorry you have more honeydews. Yeah, I even had to have him carry in the heavy thing of cat litter.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Right. So you can hear that noise. That's the dehumidifier running. I'm fixing to turn the air conditioner on for the summer. Now that we have both Jules and Ruby, and we're charging on that shared 50 amp breaker to a normal, both of them, very often it's running at 40 amps. We're pulling, which is what the limit of the high power wall check. If you install the high power wall connector on a 50 amp breaker, it only allows you to draw a maximum of 40 amps. So now that we have both cars, I used to set the charge limit in the cars to 32 amps so that it would only charge at 32 amps. But now, with both cars charging, it charges at 40 amps. So in other words, one may be pulling 18 amps and the other one may pull 22 amps. They negotiate, and it constantly changes. You know, and so basically what I'm trying to say is that most of the time now, the actual circuit is pulling the full 40 amps. Well, that's really not a big concern in the winter time, but in the summertime, I've got the dehumidifier, that air conditioner over there, and we have a refrigerator and a freezer, and of course all the lights. And that sub panel here in the garage goes to the house, and there's a 60 amp breaker in the house. So I'm just thinking, with the air conditioner running, the dehumidifier, all this stuff, I'm going to get really close with the cars charging at 40 amps. I'm going to get really close to that 60 amps. So I don't want to pull that much. So I'm going to dial the high power wall connector down until it is on a 40 amp circuit. So it will, maximum charge rate is 32 amps. And I think that'll give me a little bit more peace of mind that I'm not going to trip that 60 amp breaker in the house. So I got the plastic cover off. You basically undo a T10 at the bottom, Torx T10. It's not a security bit, but then you have to pop. It's got little clips around it, and you had to pop it off with a spudger. I use that little orange spudger there. And then the next thing you do is this. This is actually the weatherproof panel. It's on the inside, and as you can see, it's got a O-ring seal, and it's got 6 T20 Torx, but they're security bits, so you gotta have the little T20 that has the hollowed out center. Okay, but it comes off no problem, and then the little cable slips off. And what I'm going to do here is that little rotary switch, that little black rotary switch, I'm going to rotate it from a 6 to an 8, excuse me, from an 8 to a 6, and it tells you that right here on a little sticker. So that's going to limit it, tell it a maximum of 32 amps. So between the two cars, oh, this is the master, I'm sorry. Between the two cars, they it will only allow it to pull maximum of 32 amps. You see this little twisted pair thing right here. That wire runs over to the other high power wall connector over on the other side, and through that conduit. Anyway, you know, it's 5-minute job, 10-minute job probably. You know, by the time I button everything back up, it's quick. Like I said, I'm doing it just for an extra layer of safety. You know, in the summertime, I just worry about, you know, overloading it, and you know, things getting hot. So now with I'm sure at 32 amps continuous for the cars, even with the air conditioning running, and maybe even either one or two of the refrigerators or refrigerator, I think I'll be well enough into the safety there that I won't over pop that breaker. Although I have to say, we didn't prop it last summer either, but you know, that was at the height of the pandemic. We weren't charging the cars a lot, but you know, we're now charging the cars more frequently now, and we just want to plug it in and not worry about it. So you know, 32 amps, and it'll be plenty to charge the cars up overnight. So here she is charging at 32 amps. So when I came into the car, it already set this to 32 amps, and I don't remember what it was set, but it wasn't 32. So it's charging at 32 amps, it's 241 volts. And if we come back over to the digital power meter, it'll probably say the same thing. Yeah, so it's saying 31.2 amps. It's charging at about 7.5 kilowatts. So, you know, voltage is 242, the car said 241. So they're basically in agreement here. So like I said, the maximum now that will be drawn by both cars, they'll share 32 amps instead of sharing 40. And then that means that when the dehumidifier is running and the air conditioning is running, and maybe the freezer and the refrigerator are running, that I'll have a little bit more headroom there, and you know, stay well within the capacity of that circuit.
I've been sorting for 90 minutes, and I'd say I sorted out half of what was left, but I am down to tons of little tiny pieces, and after 90 minutes my shoulders and neck and back are pretty tired. I raised it up a little bit here at the end. But the problem now is sort of that the bin is so deep. So probably tomorrow I'm going to scoop out a bowl and sort from a bowl and not from this huge bin. But for now I'm going to pile all the baggies back in the bin and set the bin where it's been set while it waits on me. And like I said, I'll probably be back at it tomorrow. Remember a few weeks back I bought a kit at Walmart, a Lego kit at Walmart, a friend set, and I told you guys about this free cinch sag for Legos thing. You just had to email or text your receipt, and then you know, give them send you to a website and put in your mailing address and stuff, which actually I think it pulled a lot of that in from Google. Anyway, here's what it looks like. It did come. It was free. You can see the little strings on the side here. It's an official Lego branded thing, so it's not a fake. But the idea is, and here's the other end, the idea is you let your kid play with the Legos in the middle of the canvas, and then when they're done, you just cinch it. So it kind of closes up like like so. And then, you know, they can move it off to the side, but they don't have to pick them up. And anyway, I don't know how useful it is for me, but if I had little ones playing, I certainly would think that it is. And it is an advertisement for Lego Masters, which Don and I have watched the first 3 or 4 episodes of season 2 and are enjoying it. I want more detail. It's all about the presentation on that show, and I want structural details. And then when they mess up the power functions and trying to move things, I want to go help. Yay, Don's at the point in the program today where we can open up the desk cycle, and then I promise I'm going to let him kick back, have a nap, and watch the Tour de France. Don says it was well packaged, no problems with, you know, worrying about it breaking during transport. You know, sometimes you buy stuff on Amazon, you're like, God, maybe I should have bought that in person. That's how I felt about Don's pole saw that I gave him for Father's Day. It didn't have any styrofoam in that box, and seems fine to ship to Home Depot in a box of other ones, you know, but in, you know, just UPS or FedEx rolling it around, I don't know.
Well, it's actually made in Taiwan, not China. Well, there's a difference.
Gotcha. Don says it's 4 screws.
Yeah, it's not even worth going to the garage to get my
Real screwdriver.
real drill gun, yeah. I just do it by hand. They gave you a little Allen wrench come with it. So the classic 5mm.
So Don says, don't stand on it, and
It includes a little stand, metal stand for the little display, and they give you an extension cord, so you can plug this in
to the machine and into that.
and then you can put the display up on your desk. So you can see it. 'Cause,
Okay.
you know, in theory, this thing's going to be underneath. And you may not, you know,
Sure.
right here you could see it, but if it was under your desk, it'd be very difficult to keep an eye on that. So I think that's pretty neat. It was easy peasy, 2 minutes, 3 minutes to put it together. So this is a little bungee cord they give you. It's built in, and you just do it that way. And that way the pedals won't rotate. They'll still move a little bit, but they won't rotate. And this is the handle that you're supposed to pick it up with.
So you bungee cord it before you would pick it up to move it. Theoretically, you wouldn't be moving it a lot, but
That's right. Yeah, it's heavier than it looks.
yeah, it's 30 pounds.
I would say it's not a piece of. It's real stuff.
Right. All right, well, let me give it a try.
So I have a great idea. So now she could just do this and get her steps, and I don't have to go walking in the mornings. No?
I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to work. This is only a 2 resistant. It's got 8.
It's got 8 resistance. That's right. Boy, she's going to town.
It's nice and quiet. 2,
It is.
2 is good, and I can feel a little burn. I mean, this is working different stuff than walking.
Yeah.
This is for days when it rains, or Don's caught in a work emergency, or...
Yeah, see how it's really quiet. You could easily watch TV with this.
All of the noise is my heel tapping on the back. My heel comes off a little bit, and that's
I see
all the heel, not the machine, making the little tappy noise. So
Oh, way cool. I'm impressed. We'll see.
I'm up at 115.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I could just sit over here. This is my chair.
The only
Your
problem
chair.
with this thing is where are we going to leave it?
Yeah.
And it's awfully heavy. Like, I don't think I should be moving it. I think Don's going to have to move it for me. Well, Johnny's not here for the week.
That's right.
So we're going to go put it in the green room or the purple room. And then
Right.
and I thought maybe, you know, Johnny might consider, you know, working his way up a little bit on this. Because we got to get him ready for his 3rd degree black belt test. He's
That's
got
right.
to, you know, back in person and... Okay, let's see.
Yeah, she's breathing.
Yeah, 115. I mean, but I gotta be careful I don't overdo the whole.
Yeah.
It's
I can't read the little display, but I think it tells
What's
you
it?
how many rotations you've got.
244 rotations, 110 at the bottom, whatever that means.
And I
You're
think
gonna
that's 110 per minute or something like that. Your cadence or something.
been going for 3 minutes so far.
Yeah, so it rotates. That's right.
26 something down there.
Yeah. It's got the display that does multiple things. That's right.
Okay, y'all getting tired while I'm working?
I am.
I'm gonna say that this is, you know, short of having a full elliptical machine.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a little bit, you know, I don't know that moving the arms, probably with my back situation, not moving my arms is better.
I always enjoyed when I stayed in hotels that had the ellipticals. I always used them.
And my first impression is it's not too much on my back, but, you know, when I went out in the kayak the other day, I might have overdid the back.
Yeah, let's not do that.
I'm at 123, so.
Yeah, it got your heart rate up. You do that for 40.
What I want to know is does it count toward my steps?
I don't know.
Does it give me any steps? I'm at 91, 97. Is it counting this toward any steps? I would say no.
Too bad.
Is the answer.
Too bad.
I'm not surprised.
Too bad.
I need 803 more steps today.
I've got my 10,000 already. My watch went off.
Not fair. It did give me about 200 steps. It just wasn't updating real time. I'm at 9317 now. I did it for 5 minutes and on a 2 tension, which is not a lot of tension. And it's a different muscles than walking. So I felt a not bad burn. I mean, I could have kept going, but I don't want to overdo my back.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get so much muscle sore that I don't want to walk tomorrow or whatever. Yeah. Well, I could see, you know, Don and I should be doing some more short interval, full out duration. So this could probably let you do that. And we think we're going to put this chair and the machine at my spot at the table that we don't ever eat at. And then I can go use it when I want to. And I'm going to try to add 5 minutes a day and work it up to 10 or whatever on top of the walking, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's say we're going to do that.
Yeah,
you How about do that. 5 days out of 7, so we got some wiggle room.
Yeah, you do it twice on Sunday for me.
Okay. So, why don't we play the Tour de France and you can cycle? That is way too slow for you. Do I need to give you more resistance?
No, I think this needs a lesson of resistance.
Well, he's got on the Tour de France up there. He's chomping at the bit to start watching. Are you sure you don't want to cycle with the cyclists?
That's okay. They do all that pedaling.
Uphill and everything.
Yeah,
so now, honestly, I know we're joking here, but how's it feel to you?
It feels fun. Yeah, I mean, honestly.
It's nice and smooth.
Nice and smooth. I mean, no quiet. I definitely am feeling, even on that the 2, I can tell it's doing the muscles up here. Yeah, I could see how this could be very useful. You know, if you're sitting at your desk, you could just kind of just sit here and do this, and you know, you could work. I could code a little bit here. I certainly could attend WebExes. I mean, my God, those calls, it's like, oh God, this could actually be good, and it wouldn't disturb the people on the call with me. So I think this is a good pandemic work from home device.
Rainy day device too.
Oh yeah. Well, I definitely agree that if you can't get out, the weather is too hot, too cold, too this, too that. Yeah, if you sit down and you applied yourself and you did 30 minutes of this, it's just like if you've ever rode a stationary bike and you got off the stationary bike, you know, you can barely walk because you know, you're using muscles that you don't normally use, right? Till you get used to them. I can see how you do this for 30 minutes a couple times a month. Every time you get up, you're going to feel it.
Right. It's more consistency. It might, yeah.
Yeah, but I would definitely say it's low impact. I think whoever thought of this was a pretty good idea.
Yeah, a lot smaller profile than full elliptical.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to crank him up. What's that, a 5 or a 6 or something down there?
It's almost too much.
Oh, come on. He cranked it up to 8 accidentally for me for a minute.
Well, I tell you, if you do this for 30, whatever that is, at 5 right now, I wouldn't want to do that for more than just a few minutes.
It's on a 5. It's only on a... Now, what mountain did you bike in Hawaii in the 90s?
Is easily equivalent to going uphill on a bicycle.
At a 5 level?
Yes, this is... You're on a... I don't mean a slight little grade. I mean, you're going up a pretty... You know, not the killer hill, but this, you know, you're gonna, the one that You have to stand up to pedal up the hill. That's about what this feels like.
Let's give him an 8. I keep on spinning it the wrong way, and he's like, "Oh God, yeah, that's good, that's good." And no, I meant to go to 8, not to 1.
Yeah, this one I'm actually raising the front of the chair up.
Yeah, you are a little bit having to really work it there. I see that.
Yeah, I guess if you kind of smooth it out and get the speed up a little bit, it gets you a little bit more momentum in it. But yeah, I would not want to do. I tell you what, I'm breaking a sweat. You need to stop this. This is too much exercise.
Will you let me? I'll crank it back down to a 2 for you. But you know, I think you should get your full 5 minutes in too. Oh. You know, you got to be drug along with all. Oh, that's God. A 3. Let's go back. I'll go back down to a 2.
After an 8, it feels great.
Okay, we think y'all all need one of these.
Oh yeah, I could see it having what is that, like the kids all to get together and play their video games. You should get the computers. They'll all say, "Oh, you're doing cadence of 60. I'm 63. I'm on a level 8. I'm on 4." You know, yeah.
I like the video game that you can't play it unless you pedal while you play. Oh, yeah, it's like that thing at the zoo where you have to bike the thing to get the whirligig to move around or something. It was demonstrating solar power.
Fixed childhood obesity. They make them pedal.
Either that or they eat
the electricity to run their computer.
Either that or they eat you out of house and home. Yeah. Trying to do all that exercise. How you doing there?
I'm all right.
How long's it gone? Can you read it? Put your glasses on. Put your reading glasses down.
88 minutes. But
you have it.
Probably
including mine. So you got 2 more minutes to go to get up to 10.
God. 8 minutes 17, 18 seconds, 19. I got like a minute and 30 seconds.
I think because you're a runner, I think we need to go to 3.
Oh.
For the last minute and a half for you. Now I'm allowed to crank it on you, but you're not allowed to touch it when I'm doing it, unless I ask you to. It doesn't work.
All I wanted to do is take my nap, the Sunday afternoon nap, with a turn of fries on. And she's over here making me do this.
Oh, how do I make it go?
I don't know. Oh, play.
I hit the big button. Is that going to work?
Turn of France, stage 2. There you go.
There we go.
One. There it is. Look at there.
There they go. I need to see some cyclists while Don finishes up his run here. I mean, his run. Listen to me, your run. Yeah. Do you feel like you're on your run?
Oh, yes. Oh, please let me go to Puros Gourneau.
Cote de. Yeah, I took Spanish in school. I can't pronounce any of those French words.
Oh, yeah, there we go. I'm going up
Verjaca. That's as close as I'm going to get.
Cat Force.
Oh, wow. Are you almost to your 10 minutes?
Yes, I got 30 seconds.
Okay. Well, I'm keeping you healthy because this work thing might have had you like not doing much extra. You know, you'd start work at 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning, and it's 6.
5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, it changed. I didn't get to see the 10 minutes.
No, it started over?
It went to another readout.
Oh, okay. I believe you. This 10 minutes. You can stop. And it's because you're cycling it. When you stop, it slows down pretty quick. And yes, you can go in reverse. Yeah. Well, I like this thing.
Yeah.
We'll see how I like it in a week. But I've stuck with the walking.
Yeah.
I'm out in Ruby, headed to South Park to do a lucky trade with another Fuquay Pokemon Go player. We're going to trade a shiny Groudon for a shiny Rayquaza. Yeah. So I got my rear view mirror back where it belongs, but when I stop up here at South Park, I'm going to have to put my seatbelt back. Come on, Tesla. Automate the seatbelt. It's the little things. So the family that I met up with, they have a RAV4 hybrid and a Prius, and the Leaf, they just bought it last week. It's a used Leaf. They wanted to wet their feet a little bit more toward an EV and probably do one a Tesla. But maybe when the used market is a little bit better. But it was exciting talking to them. I had, real EV people here at South Park. It was great. So I chatted a pretty long time. I like to tease Don about me pulling more stuff off the side of the road. So That little desk was kind of cute, but I have no use for it. Yeah. But I'm driving through the neighborhood instead of coming back in over the bridge just so I can check out for furniture that people might have discarded. But it's sort of a running joke with Don too. I'm not really looking for anything today, but if I can tease him about looking on the way home, I will. So I think my friend said it was a 2015 Leaf and it got 65 miles of range, and he scoots down to Campbell University done every day and back. And even though there's charging on Campbell, that would be only if he wanted to go back into Raleigh or something after he got home from work. That he doesn't typically plug in down there, but likes the fact that he could if he really needed to. So just, you know, sharing some other family charging experiences.